Всем привет, меня зовут Дмитрий, я продолжаю прохождение игры The Elder Scrolls Online. В прошлой части я помог справиться с орками, людям, пощадил раму, из-за которого, собственно, орки начали свое нападение. Ну и сейчас я прибыл в деревню. Насколько я знаю, здесь будет интересный квест. Поэтому давайте смотреть.
You won't see much of Duke Sebastian
О,
anymore.
Матиас Швец,
He's a
мы же тебя
werewolf,
встречали,
so they locked him
кажется.
up and threw it. You've got to help me. I mean us. I mean the whole town. The Countess has gone crazy, and everyone's fighting about who should be in charge. She's the only one who can run this place. We need to help her.
Я не помню, встречал его или нет. Не важно. Что случилось с графиней?
I don't know, and if anyone would know, it would be me. I'm her manservant. The other day, she called all the servants up and dismissed us. Since then, she's been shut up in the house, refusing to leave. The whole town's talking about it.
Никто другой не может возглавить крепость.
No. The Count died years ago, and she's been in charge ever since. Of course, every eligible man in Stormhaven has come calling, trying to court her. But she doesn't like them. Or hasn't married, at least. Please, can you just talk to her?
Хорошо, поговорю с ней.
I can't thank you enough. So many people in town just want to write her off. They're less worried about her welfare than they are about who should take authority of Windkeep.
Почему это поселение называется Ветровой крепостью?
Everyone asks that. King Afrin conquered Windkeep and renamed it Afrin's Hold, just to the south. The town kept the old name. It's a small place, but we do a fair amount of trade. The Countess is wealthier than most of her suitors.
Так, владение Афрена?
I wouldn't go near that place if I were you. They say it's haunted. Some other people came by asking about it recently. Haven't seen them since. So like I said, I wouldn't go there.
Ты говорил, графине есть поклонники?
Yeah. The Countess has at least 5 different men who've been courting her. Not common folk like you and me, either. We're talking noblemen. People with lots of gold to throw around. They buy her some pretty fancy gifts.
Ты говорил о
I wouldn't go
владении.
near that place if I were you.
Кто были те
I don't
другие?
know. They were all wearing the same types of clothes. Looked like some kind of Daedric cultists. All the more reason to stay away from Afrin's Hold, if you ask me.
Так, что-то здесь нечисто. Будем разбираться. В этой деревушке что-то есть? Оружейник. Перелион.
Pardon me, but have you seen the Countess? She's usually bustling all over the town, but I haven't seen her in days. Perhaps someone should check on her.
Там есть и манта. Вот у графиня, видимо.
The lines on my face tell a sad story. The tale of a woman whose youth was stolen by circumstance. I was widowed even before I flowered. I did what I thought was right. I assumed the burden of leadership, but I paid for that choice. I paid dearly.
Отец беспокоится о тебе.
Of course, Matthias is such a sweet boy, and he served me well. It's a pity that I no longer have need of his service. I've been so false, so empty. I have no right to be a countess. I can see that now in my reflection.
Отец говорит, что Ветровая крепость нуждается в тебе.
Windkeep needs a real leader, not a little girl masquerading as a woman of authority. Don't you see how hollow I am? I'm a shell of a person. Just look in the mirror.
Это за зеркало такое?
This mirror is not for your eyes.
Так.
Look away. Go away. You look into the mirror seeking answers. But there are no answers here for you. I am here for the Countess, and the Countess alone. You would be wise to be on your way.
Что ты сделал, графиня?
I have taken the Countess away, but it was with no animosity. The Countess you see before you is the reflection. The true Countess is in the mirror, and that is where she will stay.
Отпусти ее.
I will not. The mirror is the gift to her, but she is the gift to me. If you wish to release her, you'll have to pass through to the other side, into my domain. You shall find a warm welcome there.
Надо подготовиться. Нет, ты. Так. Всякий случай. Кто графиня?
You can learn so much about a person by simply studying their face. The same is true of yourself. I can see now so many things I've refused to acknowledge about myself. Indeed I would, Eurelian, if that were truly the case. I'm afraid you gentlemen will have to excuse me now.
А, это вот ее. Она там в реальном мире. Она видит себя уродиной.
Do you see? Do you see what I've become? Look at the reflection! I'm old, I'm fat, and sometimes Argonian. No one will ever admire me again.
Настоящий ты, это иллюзия.
It's not? Are you sure? I don't want to go back to a world where I'm reviled. Where is Matthias? Why hasn't anyone come to help me?
Я здесь, чтобы помочь тебе. Меня прислал отец.
He did? How do you know Matthias? Never mind. Can you take me to him? Can we leave this terrible place?
Пойдем.
Whoever you are, I'm going to make sure you're well rewarded for this.
Просто так нас не отпустят. Когда нас Аргонянка видит. Вот Хлоу Аргонян. А, вот это Вермина, кстати. Даэдра, которая является главным боссом этой зоны. Мы с ним будем бороться. И долго.
Well, that was an adventure now, wasn't it? I'm fortunate that you came along. You certainly have my thanks. Where is Matthias? Where are the other servants?
Отец сказал, что уволил всех.
I did? That's worse than I thought, then. I had absolutely no control over myself whatsoever. Or was that even me? I'm sorry, I'm not used to being compromised like this. But that only doubles my debt to you. My first order of business now will be to shatter that mirror into 1,000,000 pieces. Next, and possibly even more important, I need to find out which of my suitors gave me the accursed thing.
Почему у тебя столько поклонников?
Greed, plain and simple. Since the day my husband died, there's been a line of suitors, each with a more extravagant gift than the last. They want to buy me and my title.
Ты всем отказал.
I certainly have. Why should I share my land, my bed, with such fobbing louts? Now one of my suitors apparently seeks to take me out of the picture. Matthias will know which suitor dropped off the mirror. Would you help me investigate this?
Да, поговорю.
If you don't mind, please apologize to Matthias for me as well. Tell him I would have him and all the other servants return if they're willing. No more suitors, though. I'm done pretending. I have no intention of marrying again. Certainly not now.
Подозреваешь кого-то?
No, they're all equally shallow and untrustworthy. Sir Bryce and the Altmer Eurelian are the worst. It was probably one of those who gave me the mirror.
Скажи подробнее о сэре Брайсе.
Sir Bryce is a man of honor, a knight of the flame with what he claims is a passion to match. The poor man. Bryce believes his own falsehoods. He says he loves me, but if I were clothed in rags, I'd be invisible to him.
Он выиграет, если тебя не будет.
Oh, I'm sure that several of my suitors will have already suggested they take custody of the estate. Both Eurelian and Sir Bryce are likely trying to rally support so they can petition the king.
Юрлион, мэр.
He claims he was drawn across the leagues by my beauty, but the truth is that Eurelian is the disinherited son of some wealthy mage. Rather than a talent for magic, though, Eurelian has a talent for spending. He would have me be his bank.
Понятно, что ради денег. Денег и влияния. Нужно выяснить, кто ей подарил зеркало, из-за которого она попала в мир Вермины. Проклятие. Проклятие. Да. В Elder Scrolls Online много, ну вообще в Elder Scrolls много таких вот квестов с всякими проклятиями. Лингус.
No, this can't be happening. Not Matthias. He wouldn't have stomped on a diseased rat, let alone hurt a person.
Что случилось?
We were just standing here talking. He said you went in to talk to the Countess, so we were waiting. Then all of a sudden an arrow flew out of nowhere right into his chest. He was dead before he hit the ground.
Зачем кому-то убивать Матиас?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened to the Countess. Did you talk to her? What did she say? Is she all right?
Необходимо узнать, кто принес ей зеркало.
The mirror? Is that what was wrong with her? Oh goodness, Matthias would have known. I don't really know the suitors. Maybe it was Sir Bryce, or that Altmer Eurelian. Probably the Altmer. He's shady. I'd check him first.
Тебе известно о сэре Брайсе.
Sir Bryce is really respectable. I don't know why the Countess isn't more receptive to him. He's a knight of the flame and everything. I think he would make a good husband. Of course, he's never even noticed me.
А? Ты скажешь Юрлионе?
I think he's from some rich family in the Aldmeri Dominion. All I've ever heard him talk about is gold. He even described the Countess's hair as strings of gold.
Улица Юрлиона. Так, ну мы его видели. В этой кузне. Которая у меня все лагает.
This blacksmith makes quite a bit of gold. I wonder how much he pays in taxes to the Countess.
Собираешься смотреть еще больше?
You mean, if I were the Count? I hoped for something like that, but my days of courting the Countess have come to an end. I've no gold left for gifts. Haven't been able to give her anything for weeks. She's already forgotten me.
Значит, не ты ей подарил.
No, I'm afraid not. I couldn't afford to give her a flower. So it was a mirror that finally won her over. Maybe Sir Bryce or Rowleen Mounier was the lucky one. There is someone who would know for sure, but I'm sworn to secrecy.
Так, что тебе известно о сэре Брайсе?
I suppose he's an honourable sort. He certainly carries himself that way. If I was to choose the suitor to whom I had lost the Countess's hand, it would be him. I could at least understand her wanting to marry a knight.
Такой Руален Мье.
I know of him, but I don't consort with members of the working class. I certainly hope he wasn't the one to win the Countess's hand. I would be humiliated to be upstaged by someone of low birth.
Слушайте, меры и высокомерие насчет рода. Денег я давать не буду, а вот говорю-ка я с такими. А вот я.
Another distraction.
I've heard the Countess is sick or something. I'd go and check on her, but I don't want to catch anything. It is a shame, though, because I've been working for weeks to get her the perfect gift. A miniature pony. She's going to love it.
Точно не дарю ей зеркало.
A mirror? No. She probably already has 10 of those. No, the miniature pony. That's the thing. I'd bet Sir Bryce gave her the mirror. Or I guess you could ask little old Elaine Babylogne. In fact, oh, never mind. What do I know anyways?
Какая? Ален Бабилан.
She's just a little thing. Scurries around town talking to everyone about everything. I was thinking she might know who gave the Countess that mirror. But really, it had to have been Sir Bryce.
Что ты думаешь о Сэре Брайсе?
Not much. For a knight, he sure doesn't know much about horses. And I've heard him talk a lot about honor, but he's not exactly out there slaying monsters and rescuing princesses, is he? Too busy begging the Countess to marry him.
Так, убеждение. Ты знаешь что-то еще?
Maybe so. I was just thinking that Elaine seems to really idolize the Countess. Talks about her all the time. Even hides in the bushes and watches the manse sometimes. I'd just speak with her. She knows who that mirror came from.
Идем расследование. Куча у нас подозреваемых. А кого-то на кустах прячется.
Oh, it's you. I saw you leaving the Countess's house earlier. I don't mean to intrude, but I simply have to ask. Are you yet another suitor come to seek her hand in marriage?
Нет, я не ухожу.
Oh, well then. I suppose you're an old friend of the Countess's. I don't want to pry, of course. But, well, I am curious. What exactly is your relationship with her?
Пытаюсь выяснить у подарю зеркало.
The mirror? Matthias could have told you. Oh, but he was killed, wasn't he? Well, I don't mind telling you. It was actually a new suitor, but a strong contender. Tall, dark, handsome, very dignified. I heard his footman call him Syrian.
Видел, куда он пошел?
Well, I mean, I was curious, so yes, I followed him. He hiked up into the woods north of town. Kind of peculiar, honestly. So, can you tell me what this is all about? I'm dying to know.
Зеркало было проклято.
Cursed? Mara's mercy! That's terrible! I guess you're going after Syrian, then. Is the Countess all right? Never mind. You have work to do. Go on. This is getting good. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Это она подозрительная. Подозрительная женщина. Кто у нас здесь?
The world is dark. My sweet wife is dead. My wife, Braloth, is dead. Mara, take her soul. She was the only good thing I ever knew in this world, and now I can't even give her a decent burial.
Я смогу помочь.
You would do that? I wanted to be perfect. Braloth, she had such exquisite taste. My father said she was high upkeep, but I loved the way she just knew what she liked. She would have wanted her funeral to be special.
Что мне нужно сделать?
She was a wood elf. She loved nature, flowers. If you could get some fallen blossoms to put in her hair, and her favorite meal, mud crab and the Wayside Inn's house wine, you'd actually get these for us? You coming along was such a blessing. Truly, the Eight sent you. This will mean so much to Brelov. So much.
Так,
What's there to say? She was my sun, my moon, my stars. I was never one to really appreciate nature until I met her. I guess that's one of the benefits of having a Bosmer wife.
как ты вдруг себе отреагировал на этот брак?
Oh, that was a long time ago now. But they didn't much care for it. My mother never spoke to me again, and my father never let a day go by without expressing his disapproval. The townsfolk were slow to accept her, but over the years they did.
Как она умерла?
Natural causes. She just woke up one morning and she was dead. She always said, "We aren't young saplings anymore." She was right. I thought I'd go first, though, her being a wood elf and all.
Так, ну, ладно, не будем про каннибалов задавать им вопрос. Но, между прочим, я бы, наверное, сначала все-таки выполнил ту миссию. Ну, а по пути можно. Так, простите, я тут за книжечкой. Хорошо. Так, мне дают очко навыков. Готов. Мне еще надо одного краба убить. Теперь я прокачаю навыки, пожалуй. Что-то я хотел прокачать. Из лука. Увеличивает рейтинг критического удара оружием на 1095. Подеремся. Допад. Бус, это же служанка.
Oh, praise the aid, it's you. Quick, untie me.
Кто-то меня запалил.
praise the aid. The Countess was so sad about Matthias. She sent me to get flowers for his funeral. But on the way, one of these crazy cultists snuck up and just grabbed me. He dragged me back here and they asked me all these questions.
Там было нужно.
This whole thing, the mirror, it wasn't the suitors. These cultists wanted to get rid of the Countess so they can take over the town. They forced me to talk. I think they're planning to kill the Countess at the funeral. You have to go stop them.
Пойдем развяжу тебя. Я смогу тут преодолеть. Пройти через водопад. Отлично. О, змея. Чего я не могу седлать животных? Удовольствие. Ну, нельзя и все, потому что кто-то за мной увязался. Ну ладно. Ага, вот и кладбище.
My heart is heavy.
А ты кто? Идущий жак.
Always digging. It seems like there are always so many dead people. Couldn't someone at the Mages Guild create some kind of magic shovel? I've seen magic brooms.
Have you come to pay your respects? That's very kind of you. Matthias was such... He was good to me. Better than I deserved, I think.
Я пришел тебя увидеть в опасности.
In danger? Is it one of those pathetic suitors? Are they really that determined to have me out of the way?
Нет, это культисты, объяснять нет времени.
Oh no. That must be them. Please, you have to protect me.
О! Здесь наверх тут что-то. Какое-то...
We must maintain the purity of the Daggerfall Covenant. Raymond got what he deserved.
Какие-то расисты.
me back at the manse.
Так.
It seems you wound up saving me twice. I wish I knew a proper way to express my level of gratitude.
Рад, что вы в безопасности.
Whoever these supernal dreamers are, they are cunning and clearly willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm also glad to know you stopped them cold.
Ну, благодаря этому побочному квесту мы поняли, что небесные сновидцы не рады образованию таких войсковых комбинатов. Поэтому они хотят поссорить людей. Поэтому они пытались и подставить убийство Ханы, чтобы рассорить редгардов и бретонцев. Вот в чем цель.
This has all been such an ordeal. I feel like there's so much to do now that it's over.
Что собираешься теперь делать?
Well, I want to go back to the graveyard and pay proper respects to my poor, sweet Matthias. And I suppose I must say something to my suitors. Speaking of which, I'm sorry you had to talk to them before. I know that must have been painful.
Я хотел спросить о Матиасе.
You wanted to know if we were lovers? Yes, we were. No point in hiding it now. I think I loved him. It felt like it was just a game. Only now do I realize how wonderful he really was. Better than my suitors, at least.
Если найдешь кого-нибудь получше.
I think it's probably best if I just stop pretending. I have no intention of marrying again, and I should stop playing these games. You help.
Так, прокачаться. Удерживайте ЛТ, чтобы блокировать атаки с высоким уродом. Угу. Награды мне дают глифу. Так, новые подземелья. Я в запас сил. Что бы я хотел прокачать? У меня одно очко навыков. Тень. Тень. Нет. Воплощение. Выпив зелье, вы получаете 10 единиц абсолютной способности. Полезная штука, полезная. Потому что я часто пью всякие лечилки. И накапливать было бы здорово. Смелость. Так, ну я пройду еще одну миссию здесь. У меня журнал. Гречные похороны.
Rumor is the soldiers at the redoubt are... Welcome to the Wayside Inn. Whether it's cold beer or fine wine you prefer, we have it all.
Мне бы хотелось ответить вашего лучшего вина.
Ah, a connoisseur then. Always happy to show off what this region has to offer. I hope you enjoy it.
Так, мне заодно нужно продать всякое такое ненужное. О. Это вот можно продать. Рис. тыкву. И он...
Did you get everything? The blossoms, the mud crab claws? Did you forget the wine?
Кто принес?
Oh, Breloff, my love. You see what we have for you? She would have loved this. Flowers, wine, food. Everything will be perfect.
Так, что здесь? Здесь у меня Тарн. В Тарн я пойду чуть попозже. Тарн я пойду чуть попозже. Наверное, я в ближайшее время пойду в город. Сюда. Это будет уже следующая серия. Всем до свидания.